Hey guys, I wanted to share some insight into how the way you run your community can actually help you run other parts of your business. And so this has come up with several of my clients where they've reached out to me and said, hey, Diana, the way you taught me how to handle like negative members in my community has actually helped me in other areas of my business. So most recently, one of my clients, she actually had somebody call her out on Instagram, I guess. She is a fashion designer who does flats, so flat designs. And apparently this other person was just pretty rude and just took one of her older pieces and just tore it apart. And the way that she showed up and handled it was based on the way I taught her with the hamburger strategy. So like, how do you handle a situation? And she reached out to me and she said, like, thank you so much, because it really helped her handle it in a really smart way. And also something that was really important is that people don't really remember, what happened, the situation. They remember how you handle it. And so in this situation, she looks really classy and professional, and this other person just kind of looks like a dick. So I wanted to share something actually from myself. So yesterday I finally sat down and wrote an email to my list. Full disclosure, I had been sort of resisting that. I hadn't been sending emails just because I burnt out and I wasn't really feeling like I was in a place to show up in somebody's inbox. When I show up in someone's inbox, I want it to be something that is valuable, entertaining, or add something to their day, not just making an email. And so I sent out this email yesterday, which I was super proud of. It was a really badass email, just kind of giving people an update on what I've been working on, where I'm going in the future, and what 2020 holds. And so it was really funny. I got some really interesting responses, and I wanted to share one in particular. But so you can see here, some people are just like, yes, they're like, I love this. Yes, queen, like that, just people are coming back and saying that they really liked what I was putting out there. And then I had a response here. Hi, Diana. I would love to know how many clients you actually have as opposed to working for others. For example, Selena is not your client, but she did all the hard work herself following the accelerator program you referred to. Also, why did the accelerator program close? This person's name. So obviously I'm fuzzing everything out because that's not the point. But when I read this, I was kind of like I didn't even know really how to reply. I kind of sat to myself, and when I first saw it, I was kind of like, whoa, okay, this is interesting. But then of course, all of my training for a community kind of kicked in. And so I was trying to find context to this email. And so this is interesting. So look at this. So this is from March 2018. Hi, Diana. Just wondering what has been your own personal success in creating a course community of Facebook. So essentially at this point, I had done a beta launch for a program to help people set up their communities. And again, questioning sort of my experience and my expertise in the areas. Also, when I was doing a promotion, so for example, it's Selena Sue, she has her flagship program, Impacting Millions, which helps people with getting publicity and media. And I promote that as an affiliate once a year. And so last year, so March 2018, she had replied and said, wow, everyone seems to be promoting this lady. This lady referring to Selena. And I just thought it was really interesting. All this stuff is flowing around in my head. And so this is the same thing that happens in a community. So when somebody comes into your community and posts something or questions like your authority or, tries to poke holes in you and what you do, it can kind of throw you off a little bit. And so you want to step back and you want to try and find context. So for me, in this case, context in an email or on my newsletter list, it's essentially looking at the previous interactions with her. Like, is this a unicorn subscriber? Is this somebody who really likes what I'm doing, who's enjoying what I'm doing, who's actually a potential client? And looking at my previous emails with this person, they're not a unicorn subscriber. They're not somebody that's going to invest in my work. They obviously don't really believe in what I do. And it's, it just kind of drains a lot of energy and time, to be honest. And so for me, in this case, I'm just going to remove this person from my list, move on, because obviously it's not a good fit. But also, when you think about it, it's the same thing with your community. So if you have a paid membership and there's somebody in there who's, constantly questioning you or constantly doubting your credibility and asking for proof and this sort of thing, there comes a point where you have to sit down and decide, like, actually, is this somebody that I want in my community? Is this somebody that I want to be supporting, that is getting a lot of value? And if not, then you can just, in this case, for example, if it's a paid membership, you can refund them and just explain that, what, I just don't really feel that this is a good fit. So I've given you a refund. Best of luck in the future. And you move on. And so it's just really interesting, this idea of, how to handle, like negative situations in your community, or even like difficult members in your community, and how that translates and impacts the way you handle things everywhere else. So on your email list, in the comments on social media, like how you handle certain situations, where you put your time and energy is super important. And I'm of the belief that I want to invest my time and energy in people that appreciate the work that I do, that are potential clients. But you know what? Even if somebody isn't a potential client in the sense of like maybe they can't afford to work with me, or they don't want to work with me, but they still get value from what I'm doing and they're appreciative of that, then all means, like, get on board, because apparently I'm a boat. But like if somebody is constantly questioning you, isn't really adding value, isn't really appreciative of what you're doing, then you know what? Like, just let them go, right? And so I feel like it's like a domino effect. How do you handle negative situations and potential members in your community? How do you handle people on your email list? How do you handle trolls, right? People that are commenting on YouTube or commenting on Facebook, on your Facebook ads, and all these different things. Where are you putting your energy? What are you deciding to, where are you deciding to put your energy? And here's the thing. If this person had in the past showed a lot of appreciation or asked really good questions or had engaged in a different way with my content, I would have sat down and I would have written an email or sent a message, even like a video or an audio, to maybe clarify some of the information. But looking at the context of our interactions, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time or energy. And so that's what I encourage you to do as well when you're thinking about your community, when you're thinking about the people you're going to work with, when you're looking at your email list, when you're looking at, YouTube comments and Facebook and social media and everything, the way you're interacting with people. It's drawing a line in the sand of how you will spend your time and energy, and who gets that, who gets your time and energy, because not everybody deserves your time and energy. This is something that's near and dear to my heart because it was the topic of my talk at Retain Live this past September for the membership guys, for Mike and Callie. And I had my talk. It was how to handle negative situations and people or members in your membership. And I shared 2 keys to approaching these situations, and also a 7-step process, sort of like training wheels to help you kind of see, or to help you handle those situations with less stress, less time, less energy. And it's just something that I feel people don't really talk about. We get really excited about having people on our list. We get excited about having clients. We get excited about having members, but people don't talk about the human side of things and how not everybody is actually a good fit for your membership or your emails or whatever it is. And just that you don't have to cater to everyone. I think that's the moral of the story here, if this is a story. It's just that you don't have to cater to everyone. You're allowed to decide that, actually, you know what? This is not a good fit for you. I'm not a good fit for you. And it's not in any way, shape, or form in an aggressive way or in a bad way. It's just in a taking control of your own space and your own time. Let me know in the comments if you have had to handle a negative situation in your membership community, in your emails, on social media, maybe your YouTube comments. Let me know how that went. What happened and how did you handle it? Because I'd love to hear. And stay tuned for next time for more video nuggets of good for paid membership communities. Apparently, my brain is slowing down today. It's Sunday. I'm like sneaking on my computer to record this video for next week. So that's it. Cha-cha. The tea is still here.